Hello friends, now we shall study a relation between two group structures and that is defined by a homomorphism. So I have written definition for homomorphism. A mapping phi from a group G into a group G bar is said to be a homomorphism if for all A, B belongs to G, phi of AB is equal to phi A into phi B. That is relation between or a mapping function between group G into group G bar. Now suppose this is group G and this as group G bar. These are two groups. Suppose the binary operation in this is dot, we may denote, and the binary operation in this group G bar we may denote by asterisk. And now if A and B are any two elements in group G, then there the mapping we are defining from G to G bar is phi. So image of A under this mapping will be phi of A, and image of B under this mapping phi will be phi of B. Now the property of homomorphism is phi image of this product A and B is equal to product of their images phi A into phi B. And if the operations are different, then here we will have this as phi of A dot B is equal to, but on this group G bar the binary operation is star we have considered, and here it is dot, and thus here it will be product will be defined with this binary operation. The operation may be different or may be the same, and thus it preserves the structure, that is multiplication image of this product is equal to the product of their images, and this is a structure preserving property of the group, and the mapping or the function is said to be a homomorphism. So this is meaning of homomorphism, and we should note that on the left side this is the binary operation in G. It may be dot or usual multiplication or addition or any other operation that is defined, and here this is a composition binary operation in G bar, the second group. So that is to be noted. Now we shall consider some examples of groups. Homomorphism, examples of homomorphism. First we shall consider, let G or we shall define phi from G to G itself. Let phi be a mapping from G to G defined by phi of x is equal to E for all x belongs to G. Then this is a homomorphism. The meaning is every element of a group is mapped to the identity of the group, and this forms a homomorphism. Or if you consider diagrammatically, then this is the same set G and the mapping is phi. So every element in this group is mapped to single element E. Its image is fixed, and so thus these will be x1, x2, x3, or all the elements are mapped to single element, and that is this holds for all x belongs to G. This is a homomorphism. Now we may see how this satisfies the structure preserving property or multiplicative property of homomorphism. We may consider let xy belongs to G, then phi of xy is equal to, then xy is also an element of G because of closure property. G is a group and x and y are elements of G, therefore xy is also in G. And what will be phi image of xy? By definition it is again E. Or we may consider then xy, this also belongs to G, therefore phi of xy is equal to E, and thus this E can be written as E into E, or simply we may write E into E, and again this E is phi of x, and this E can be written as phi of y, because y is in G, phi image of y is also E, and thus this mapping phi of x is equal to E is a homomorphism. Or the second case we can consider here, or second example we shall consider as, so therefore phi is a homomorphism. Now we will have, let phi from again G to G defined by, be defined by phi of x is equal to x itself. That is identity mapping for all x belongs to G. Then this is also a homomorphism, we shall verify. Let two elements we shall consider, x and y belongs to G. The elements may be taken as x, y, or the elements may be taken as in the definition as A and B. Any elements we can, the elements can be denoted by any letters. So we have defined it by x, and therefore we shall consider two elements as x and y. Let xy belongs to G, then we have to check this property. Phi of xy is equal to phi a into phi, and now phi of xy is equal to, now you see by definition xy is in G, x and y are two elements in G, therefore their composition or their product xy is also in G, and because it is in G, it satisfies this definition. So therefore phi of xy is equal to x, or we may write here that xy belongs to G by closure property, and if it is an element of G, its image is itself. So phi of xy is equal to xy by the definition of phi, and this phi of xy we can write x is phi of x, see, and y is phi of y, and thus we have phi of xy is equal to phi x into phi y, and therefore phi is a homomorphism. Phi is a homomorphism. So these are some examples we have studied for homomorphism. This mapping forms a homomorphism between two sets. Or here the sets are considered two groups, and here the groups are considered as the same, G to G. Operation is the same, and elements are also the same, and this is the definition for mapping phi. Now we consider the next example as, let G be, let G be the group of real numbers with we may say addition. So what we shall want to consider as G be the group of non-zero real numbers under multiplication we shall consider. Under multiplication. Non-zero real numbers under multiplication we have considered, and let G bar be group. Now actually what we want to find is homomorphism for exponential function. If you define it as phi of a, we are defining phi of a is equal to 2 to the power a, and then we will have to consider pi of a into b, so that we will have to consider that is pi of addition we shall consider here. So therefore this should be group of real numbers under addition that we can consider. So instead of non-zero we should write G be group of real numbers under multiplication, under addition, and let G bar G bar with a group of it is a group of real numbers, non-zero here, non-zero real numbers under multiplication. We'll consider this and then we will check. Define phi. Define phi from G to G bar by phi of A is equal to 2 to the power A for all A belongs to G. And we shall check whether this forms a homomorphism or not. We shall consider as in the definition two elements as A and B. It is defined in terms of A. Let AB belongs to A and B belongs to G. So here first we have considered the addition. The operation in G is addition, and therefore what we will have, see here the operation in G is addition, therefore we have to consider addition of A and B. And now phi of A plus B, phi of A plus B is equal to, what will be the phi image of A plus B under addition? G is having binary operation addition, so therefore we have considered here addition. Phi of A plus B, by definition phi of A is equal to 2 to the power A, and therefore this will be 2 to the power A plus B. And now we can use the laws of indices. 2 to the power A plus B can be written as 2 to the power A into 2 to the power B. And what is 2 to the power A? 2 to the power A is phi of A. So therefore this is equal to phi of A. And what is 2 to the power B? That is phi of B. And thus we have phi of A plus B, the left side, is equal to phi of A into phi of B. And here the second is group under multiplication, that is here multiplication. So that's why we have considered the groups like this. GB group of real numbers under addition. This forms a group structure that you have to verify. Real numbers form a group under addition operation. And G bar be non-zero real numbers. Non-zero real numbers form a group under multiplication. And we have defined this as phi of A, phi from G to G bar, as phi A is equal to 2 to the power A. And thus this is phi of A plus B is equal to 2 to the power A plus B, and that can be written as 2 to the power A into 2 to the power B, that is phi A into phi B. And this shows that thus phi is a homomorphism. So this is an example of homomorphism. Now one more we shall consider as now the logarithmic function. Let G be the group of positive real numbers under multiplication. And let G bar be the group of real numbers under addition. Note this these two forms group structure. Group of or set of positive real numbers under multiplication form a group, and similarly the set of real numbers under addition form a group. And we now define the mapping between these two groups. As for homomorphism, we have to define a mapping between two sets, G and G bar. So here we define it by define phi from g to g bar by phi of x is equal to log x to the base 10, for example. And this is for all x belongs to G. That's why we have considered this domain. Domain is positive real numbers, and logarithm is defined for positive real numbers. And therefore it is taken as positive real numbers, and operation is multiplication. And G bar, that means log is real number, and the operation is considered in terms of addition. Now let two elements we shall consider in G as x and y. Let x, y belongs to G, and therefore their composition is now multiplication. X into y also belongs to G. Now phi of x into y is equal to, now by definition of phi, what will be this? So xy belongs to G, therefore x into y also belongs to G, because it is group under multiplication by closure property. It is in G, and phi of xy is equal to log of xy, or x into y to the base 10. And now you see, we can use the law of logarithm. Logarithm of product is equal to sum of these logarithms, that is log x to the base 10 plus log y to the base 10. This is law of logarithm. And what is log x to the base 10? It is phi of x. And what is the log y to the base 10? It is phi of y, by definition of phi. And thus we have phi of x into y is equal to phi x plus phi y. The operation in the first group is multiplication, so we have here product, and the operation in the binary operation in the second group is addition, and therefore here must be addition. So accordingly we have to change the operation. Here, though we have written phi of AB is equal to phi into phi B, the meaning is here A dot B means binary operation in G, and phi A dot phi B means binary operation in G bar, or in general we have written in dot and star. If a binary operation is denoted by dot, then this property is expressed like this: phi of A into B is equal to phi A asterisk phi B, the binary operation in second group. If this property is important, if it is satisfied, then we say this mapping is a homomorphism between two groups. So this is the definition and some examples of homomorphism. Now we shall consider results about this. As lemma, we shall consider first result. So this is our lemma number 13. You should check. Let G be a group. And let further N be a normal subgroup of G. And now we define a mapping phi. Suppose phi is a mapping or homomorphism. We suppose phi is a homomorphism from G to G by N, quotient group, defined by phi of x is equal to nx, right coset, for all x belongs to G. Then phi is, or we should consider phi is a mapping, and then we shall show it is a homomorphism. So instead of writing homomorphism itself, what we shall consider is, suppose phi is a mapping. and we have to show it is a homomorphism. Phi is a mapping from G to G by N, another group, quotient group, defined by phi of x is equal to nx, because every element of the quotient group is of this form, right coset, for all x belongs to G. Then phi is a homomorphism. From group G, or it is a onto homomorphism. Phi is a onto homomorphism from group G, or we may consider from group G onto group G by N. So two things we have to prove. It is a homomorphism and it is onto homomorphism, or phi is onto homomorphism from group G to group G by N. First thing we shall prove is phi is onto. So phi, what is given here, we have phi from G to G by N, quotient group, defined by phi of x is equal to nx. This is for all x belongs to G. So first we shall prove phi is onto. Now what is meaning of onto? For every image there is a pre-image. Then the mapping is said to be onto. Here the mapping is from G to G by N, and that means, suppose this is group G and this we shall consider group G by N, and the operation is the same between these two groups. And if an element is here, x is an element, then its image is phi image, is given by the definition phi of x is equal to nx. Nx is right coset of n in G. The x belongs to G, and this x is mapped to nx. So that is given. And first this mapping is onto, that we have to prove. Now what we shall consider an element here in this set G by N, in this set, and then this element has a pre-image that we have to show. And for that purpose we shall consider, let y belongs to G by N. Y or x may be considered in G by N, and therefore this element we will consider as ny. This is y, suppose. This implies y is equal to ny for some y belongs to, so this we should consider for some y belongs to G. So what I have considered is, I shall rewrite, let y belongs to G by N, and this implies this y is equal to some right coset, and suppose that is ny. So this we are considering as y. Or we may consider this as y also, any right coset. That is, we are considering any right coset in G by N, and we have to show it has a pre-image. So this is this happens for y. What is the pre-image that we are considering for this is y. There is y belongs to G such that ny is in G by N. So this y is equal to ny for some y. Y belongs to G, and thus this shows that every image in G by N has a pre-image, and such that, so this implies this y is equal to ny is phi of y for some y belongs to G, and thus for every y belongs to G by N there is y in G such that phi of y is equal to capital Y. Or we may write this in terms of x. Suppose itself this as x, this is x, x belongs to G by N, and then that x can be considered as nx, and that x is equal to pi of x, that will be n of x. So it may be written in terms of x or y, but the meaning of onto property is for every element on the second set, this codomain, there is an element in domain, then the mapping is onto, and this shows that phi is onto. Now multiplicative property of homomorphism that we have to show. So for that purpose, now we will consider multiplicative property. Next is for that purpose we shall consider let x and y belongs to G. Let so we have to show phi of xy. Now phi of xy is equal to, what will be phi of xy by definition? You see, here is the definition. Phi of x is equal to nx, and this happens for every element in G. xy is an element in G, so therefore phi of xy by definition is, definition of phi, it is nxy by this definition. And we know n is, it is given, n is normal subgroup of G, and therefore n of xy, nxy can be written as nx into ny. This is property of normal subgroup. Product of two right coset is a right coset. The reason is since n is normal in G. And thus what we have is nx. But what is nx? Nx is phi x. And similarly ny is phi of y. Images. So what we have considered is phi of x into y, and by definition it is nxy, and that is equal to nx into ny, and which is pi x into pi y, because the mapping is pi between these, and thus therefore phi of xy is equal to pi x into pi y, and this shows that phi is homomorphism. Thus phi is an onto homomorphism. Onto property we have proved at first. Homomorphism from G to G by n. This is what we wanted to prove. Pi is homomorphism from G onto group G by n, or it is an onto homomorphism from G to G by n, and this proves the lemma. Now we consider the next lemma as lemma number 14. And here we will assume a phi as homomorphism, and then we shall prove property of it. Let, this is our lemma next 14. So here we will consider let phi be a homomorphism from group G to G bar. Let phi be a homomorphism from group G into group G bar. And further, then first result is phi of E is equal to E bar. E bar is identity of G bar. And second is pi of inverse of x. Pi of inverse of x is equal to inverse of phi x, and that may be written like this, inverse of phi x, or we may write this in bracket. So these two results are to be proved. Let phi be a homomorphism from group G into G bar. And now we prove these two property separately. First consider the first result, that is phi of E is equal to E bar. First result. So let E and E bar be the identity element in G and G bar. E is the identity of G and E bar is the identity of G bar. Let E and E bar be the identity elements of G and G bar respectively. And now we will consider the first result, that phi of E is equal to E bar. Now we may consider, we have to show E bar is the identity of G bar, and for that purpose we shall consider phi x into E bar is equal to, and because E bar is identity of G bar, phi x into E bar will be again phi of x, definition of identity. So A into E is equal to A. Here phi x into E bar is equal to phi x, because E bar is identity of G bar. And again we can write this as phi of x into identity of G. X is in G. So let x belongs to G, we should consider here, let x belongs to G. And phi of x into E bar is equal to phi of x, because E bar is identity in G bar, and this x can be written as x into E because E is identity in G. And further this can be written as by homomorphism, property of homomorphism or multiplicative property of homomorphism, like this, phi of xy is equal to phi x into phi y, and here it is, instead of y it is E. So this is phi x into phi of E. And what is the left side? Left side we have is phi of x into E bar, and the right side is phi of x into phi of E. So thus here we can use cancellation law in G bar. These are the elements of G bar, and therefore G bar is a group. G bar is a group, see, it is a homomorphism between two groups. G and G bar both are groups, and therefore the left cancellation law holds in G bar, and this phi x can be cancelled from both sides, and we get E bar is equal to phi of E using left cancellation law. In G bar we get this E bar is equal to phi of E, and this is our first result. E bar is equal to phi of E. Now the second one. See, the second we have to prove as phi of inverse of x is equal to inverse of phi x, and for that purpose we shall write like this for the second result. So we have yes, E is equal to, or we can write as E bar is equal to E bar into E bar, and so only E should consider. Instead of E bar we consider identity in G, and we write E as E into E by definition of identity. And this E can be written as, say we have here as phi of this E may be written as phi of x into x inverse, or it is x into x inverse. And then, so instead of writing this as E, we should write it as E bar. So E bar, and E bar we use the first this result. E bar is equal to phi of E. We are using the first one. E bar is equal to phi of E, and this E we can write as x into x inverse by definition of inverse, and this is by the first result. So we may consider this by 1, and this is definition of inverse. And now use the multiplicative property of homomorphism. So this is written as phi of x into phi of x inverse. So this is equal to phi x into phi of x inverse. And thus what we have is E bar is equal to phi x into pi of x inverse. Similarly, we have E bar is equal to, instead of writing this as x into x inverse, we can write it as x inverse into x, and therefore this will be pi of x inverse into pi of x, interchanging this. And thus what this shows, that these two are inverses of each other by definition of inverse in G bar. So therefore by definition of inverse, in G bar we have inverse of this pi x is equal to pi of x inverse. We have inverse of this second element is the first element, or vice versa. So is equal to pi of x inverse, or which is the same result. Pi of x inverse is equal to inverse of pi x. That is, pi of inverse of x is equal to inverse of x, may be interchanged, and thus this proves the second result. So here what we have proved is pi image of identity is again identity in homomorphism, identity of the second group, and here pi image of inverse of x is equal to inverse of pi x. That these two results we have proved. So these are about two lemmas on homomorphism. Remaining results we shall continue in continue next time. Thank you.